Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Zach, aka Keats39, here to bring you another episode of the Starting Five. Um, Hopefully, we get more news on this slate because right now, a lot of good studs, not a lot of good value. We're going to go ahead and get right into this. So, this is assuming that Demontis Sabonis misses. Malcolm Brogdon just becomes an absolute smash play. He's pretty much been a smash play all year. But a lot of what Indiana does is literally pick and roll with Malcolm Brogdon or get into the post to Sabonis and let him make plays. If he is out, I'm going to guess we see just massive pick and rolls from Malcolm Brogdon. We saw almost no Sabonis the whole second half. Most of the first half he missed, I believe, too. Resulted in 36, 9, and 7 against a really good defense in Toronto. That he was held to 28 points on DK the week or just the day before. Probably should be priced in like the 9 to 10K, honestly, but he never does. He's just been doing this all year. Like he is putting up 40 after 40. He had a little dry spell there, but his minutes are incredible: 38, 37, 37, 38. Had a couple games where he didn't get a lot, but I'm fully expecting 38 to 40 minutes here of just massive usage. Against the Hornets, who they're actually pretty decent against pick and roll from what I've seen of them, what I've watched. But I'll take my chances here with Malcolm Brogdon. So next we'll go over to the Utah Jazz just recently ruled out Donovan Mitchell. I think this is a big boost for Joe Ingles. Obviously Joe Ingles, Jordan Clarkson, and Michael Conley. But on a slate that there's no value, I think that Joe Ingles may very well be the best. I'm gonna guess he starts. They don't like to start Clarkson, so I do think that Ingles is who they're going to go with, and which makes me like. I think that Mike Conley is still a really good play, but I think that whenever Joe Ingles is on the court, they like to run pick and rolls with him and Rudy. They have a really good chemistry. I talked about that a lot last year. Haven't really had to use it that much because Joe Ingles hasn't been playing too many minutes. Neither has Mike Conley. I think that that's where he gets a big boost. Is he's going to get? I think he probably gets up to 35. Joe Ingles, I think, is probably like a boost to like right here. I think 27 is probably what he ends up playing. At 4.2, that's like really cheap in a matchup where I think they're going to have to probably score. I don't think that they match up well against Dallas defensively. We all know that Rudy Gobert does not do well against those stretch type guys, which is going to be a lot of good shots for Porzingis, and we all know what Luka Doncic does. So I just think that Ingles on a slate where you need value is a really good one. So the two bridges, I'll start with Miles, as I talked about him last slate, and I'm talking about him today for the same reason. Where I didn't end up with him last slate, but he got his 5x. I'm going to be at the same boat where as of now, he's one of my favorite values. Usually how NBA goes, a value will open up. But say that there's no more injury news, and a matchup where, no Sabonis is going to get this matchup faster. Not as much posting up. As well as he would have had to probably guard Sabonis a lot, which would not have been a fun task for him. So I think faster pace plus the fact that he gets good minutes, he's going to get close to probably double digit shots, does the other things. I just think that he's a really nice, solid value that like he should probably be priced like 4.8 to 5.2, and he's just down here because he had one bad game, but he's been around 5x at this price almost all year. So as for Mikal, still iffy about him. He got in foul trouble last game, but I love all the Suns. I'll talk about him and DeAndre together. So Chris Paul's minutes last game were heavily due to the overtime. Like they don't want to play him, force him all these minutes. It was a back-to-back, so maybe we could see him get to 35. But Mikal Bridges is one that they're fine playing 40. And And I look at him as a secondary ball handler. He's averaging 15 points, which is kind of crazy to me. I didn't realize that he was that high in regular points per game. But I just look at him as being a second ball handler with no Devin Booker. And he's going to need to score some. His price came down a little bit. We've seen him up at the 6K point. In a matchup here again, OKC is just god awful, but it should stay close with no Devin Booker. And if it's not, it's going to be a large part to him and DeAndre Ayton, who I'm not going to talk too long about him. His price came down to 7.3 for some reason. He's going to be fed today. He gets a matchup with, it's either going to be Mike Muscala, Isaiah Roby, Baisley. Guess could see somebody. I don't really see that having a chance. He's going to get fed here, and he's going to just smash. He's probably my top play on the slate. Don't really see a way I'm coming off of him. So back to Bridges. Like him, I value him and Jay Crowder ahead of Cameron Johnson. Cameron Johnson is more reliant on just shooting three. So the other two will do a little bit of other stuff, especially Mikal Bridges. He's really good at getting defensive stats. I think that we probably see like 4 to 6 assists for him tonight, which is a big boost, and he is good rebounding for our guard too. So, that's gonna about do it. I'm gonna guess there's gonna be a lot more news here tonight. So as like the guys like Miles Bridges and Mikal Bridges, I think that there's a chance we come off of them. But right now, like I actually really like these guys. The slate as a whole is tough because you have so many good or top tier guys. Like I really like all these guys. No Russell Westbrook. So I think that I'll talk about that quick. I think that Washington is interesting. What are they? So no Russell Westbrook. So is this Smith back? Nah, okay, still up. Someone's going to be chalk here. I think that Jerome Robinson is a fine play. He's going to get over 30 minutes. They did boost his price. It makes it a little tougher. I like him a lot more if we don't have Raul Neto, but I fully expect him to play. There's a chance he's chalk. I just don't see him getting over the 5, like too far over the 5x. So they're more, to me, fine plays than smashes. So like there's a good chance I end up with like one of these guys over Miles Bridges, over Miles. So it'll just depend on build. So, so as always, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and look forward to seeing everybody in the channel tonight. And good luck.